Okay, so here's a continuation of our last conversation around the stock market. So today we've talked about the elementary part of it. So today we'll be looking at how to pick a stock, how to pick a particular stock and invest in it. Okay, so let's go straight. The best way to learn is to practice. Now, the first thing I will suggest to do is that just make use of your ChatGPT to streamline your research. Okay, so for example, we want to look at maybe the Nigeria stock, like want to look at the Nigeria economy. So the first thing is just that, just ask a simple question from ChatGPT and say, number one, who who are the current benefits, or use something like which sector is benefiting from the Nigeria economy. Simple and direct. Okay, so let's ask. So while we wait for the network to, okay. So number one, the first sector that is benefiting from the Nigeria economy, they're into buying and selling. The second sector is banking, banking and financial service. The third one is telecom. Then the the fourth one is transportation. So for me personally, I will look into just banking, yeah, banking and financial service, because I know that they are actually benefiting from it. Now, since we already know that okay, the banking and financial services sector is currently benefiting from the Nigeria economy, so the next thing we just have to do is that you look for the list of high performing high performing commercial banks. Commercial banks. So the next thing we are trying to do is that, since we already know the sectors that are benefiting from this thing that is happening in the Nigeria economy, so the next thing we ask ourselves is that okay, how do we go about it? How do we invest into it? So now the next thing, so I asked a question that the high performance, like the commercial bank that is currently performing well. And when we look at it very well, we have the Access Holding Bank, we have the Zenith Bank, we have the Guaranty Trust Holding Bank, that is GTB Bank, we have the UBA Bank, we have the First Bank, we have the Fidelity Bank, we have the Stanbic Bank, we have EcoBank. So now if I'm going to invest, I'll just look at any of this bank and go on my trading view. So trading view is just like a platform whereby you can see stock, you can see indices, you can see commodities, you can see different kind of forest as a class and so on. Okay, now so let's go to, so I'm actually going to pick Stanbic Bank, and the reason is because I just want to. Do you understand? I just want to, nothing else. So I'm picking Stanbic Bank. So let's go to trading view. Trading view. So this trading view, you can go to, you can easily just access it from your Play Store. Search on Play Store and ask for trading view. So this trading view. Now you can just look for your watch list. So just, so here stock, you can see we have, look at this icon above. You can see all, you can see stock, you can see fund, you can see features, you can see forex, you can see crypto indices, bonds, economy and options. So since we're looking at stock, so let's click on stock. So, and the next thing you ask yourself, you remember one thing I said initially, that in the first video I made, it is not just the Nigeria economy alone. You can invest into the US economy, just that you just have to have a large capital so you can be able to do them. I'm not saying large capital in the sense of maybe $1,000 at least, maybe 300 and above. Okay, so now let's check. We have country, all types and all sector. So let's just pick Nigeria. Nigeria. So here's Nigeria. So remember we talked about, we said that buying and selling is number one top performer rather. Number two is the banking and financial service. The third one is telecom. So here's telecom, MTN Nigeria. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to look for Stanbic Bank. Just follow me. It is not hard. You just have to be calm. Yeah, here is it. Stanbic Bank. So here is it. Okay. So here is a Stanbic Bank. Now this is all you have to do. Now I will suggest that just make use of the weekly time frame. Make use of the weekly time frame to, so you can be able to know that this particular market is going up. Okay, now this is it. This is Stanbic Bank stock, and one Stanbic share is 133 naira. So 133 naira, and if you check it very well, you'll find out that it has been on a bullish run. It has been going up. Yes, you can see it. It has been on a very, very bullish run. So which means that we are going higher. Now, just a little technical analysis. Let me just do a little technical analysis. You don't need to be grounded in that, but if you want to, you can learn it. Okay, I'm trying to look for rectangle. So I want to mark some zone. Okay, so here is it. So currently currently Stanbic Bank is really, really doing well. It has retested some heavy levels. So now, okay, now we have Stanbic Bank retesting to some important level, and we can see it here. It has been retested, and if you check very well to confirm that we are currently on a bullish run, you can just pick your trend line. You don't want to do much of technical analysis. Okay, so you can pick your trend line like this. Now if you check very well, you will find out that we had many touches, which is proving to us that this particular Stanbic Bank holding is going to go to the upside. So we are having a very, very serious move to the upside. So which means that this is the best time to still invest into it. Now currently Stanbic Bank is around 133 per share. So now let's do a calculation. So let's make a calculator. So let's make use of the calculator. Now we have 130. So let's assume that you want to invest 30,000. So divided by 133. So you will have 225. You're going to have 225.5 worth of Stanbic Bank share. So now, and it's currently at 133. So let's maybe Stanbic, the way we are seeing it right now, you will find out that Stanbic Bank is actually going to the upside. Like, we're having a very, very bullish move. And looking at the nature of Nigeria economy, it is currently favoring the banking sector. So if it is favoring the banking sector, it means that there is always a need for us to check out for the banking sector and see how well we can make money from it. So now here's a Stanbic Bank share with 30,000 worth. So you have 225.5 shares. Now, so this Stanbic Bank from 133 naira per share, let's just check, maybe e now enter 220. So if Stanbic Bank rises to 220 naira per share, your profit, what you will have as your capital will be 49,160. So minus your 30,000 you invested, so you will make 19,000 extra to hit. It's as simple as that. So you can buy Stanbic Bank PSA now and hold it. And I don't know, maybe I've said it initially, you can make use of the Trove Stock app, you can make use of Chaka, you can make use of Bamboo. Do you understand? So let's look at another, let's check. So I'm looking at a bank, and the name of the bank is Jais Bank. Jais Bank. Jais Bank. So let's check. Where's Jais Bank? Okay, so here's it. So we want to look at another bank. And one thing I want you to know is that whenever you want to invest into the stock market, just learn how to buy low and sell high. So which means that look for a moment whereby maybe that particular stock is currently dipping. So your own is to buy the dip and wait for some economic indicator. And another thing is that to get some yeah, here's it. So this is Jais Bank. Jais Bank. So we're looking at Jais Bank from a weekly perspective. So here's it. Now, this particular bank is currently at 10 naira, 10 naira worth of share. Like 10 naira. That is what we have. We only have 10 naira. Now, the question is that, okay, if I'm going to invest 10 naira, if I'm going to invest into this small amount of money, so how am I going to do it? So it is very, very simple and very, very clear. This is how to go about it. Now, this is Jais Bank. It's also part of the financial services Nigeria. So now here's it. And there are many, many indicators that is proving to us that this bank has a lot of potentials. Now let's try and do small technical analysis, just a little one. So where is my rectangle? Rectangle, okay. I'm coming. So here's it. So Jais Bank. So currently Jais Bank might come to 8 naira per share before we have it around 16 naira per share. So now the question is that what do we do? Now this thing is clear. Don't bother yourself. Wait, you see that shaded area. I'm looking for the share to come back to that place before moving to 16,000. So that will be 8 naira or 9 naira. Now let's go and do a normal calculation with it. So that your 30,000, so divide it by 9 naira, you will have 3,033 worth of Jais Bank share. Now this is clear, this is direct. Now this is all you just have to do. Now buy it at maybe 8 naira or 9 naira. So at that point, now wait for it to get to 16 naira. 16 naira. So it means that if you invest 30,000 into Jais Bank at the rate of maybe 9 naira per share, the moment Jais Bank move to 16 naira per share, this is what you will have 53,328. So let's do the math. 53,328 now minus the original money you invested. So you invested 30,000. Now you're making 23,000 extra to it. So now it is very, very simple, very, very direct. All you need to do is that make sure you are investing rightly. So look at the top performance in any sector of a country economy. Then look at the services they render in that particular sector. So for example, if you check what is happening in the world, you find out that there is a war. And whenever there is a war, there are munitions, there are instruments of war. So all you just have to do is to look for companies that invest into this kind of business, then go into that company, buy their share and wait for it to go up. And the moment there's a high demand on it, it will definitely go up. So and if you can understand, if you know how to understand the market behavior in terms of demand and supply, you can come down to petroleum, like the crude oil sector, oil and gas sector. This one is very simple, especially in Nigeria at the moment. You find out that the demand on oil is very, very high. Demand on gas, the demand on petrol, demand on anything coming from crude oil is currently high. So if you invest into that sector, this sector tends to perform very, very well at the moment. So now, one thing I want to say is that, for example, during rainy season, like rainy season, now you know very well that be it inverter or solar or the green energy sector, you will not really really see a high performing stock during that period. The reason is because the demand is definitely going to be low. So which means that if you are going to invest into such sector in a rainy season, you know that it's just a waste of money. So whenever you want to pick your stock, all you just have to do is that look for high performing sector, invest into it and make your money. Remember to buy low rather and sell high. So it's as simple as that. So if you have any question, you can just reach out to me and ask your questions. So that is it.